We don't live in the Matrix. We live in the loop. It's time to begin the loop. Yes, sir. We have removed the word day, hour, month, year from the vocabulary. Nope. We live in the loop. We live in the loop. It's anchored by the morning show, Mornings in the Lab, the only show to help you guys get your day started, get your ass out of bed, and avoid the snooze button. Good morning, good time. Keith Bilous, C. Marty Fit, John Anderson. Joining us today, Adam House. We're leaning into the art of vulnerability, opening up your authentic self. Honest to God, who are you? When you look in the mirror and you look around yourself, who are you? Are you that authentic self? What we do here in the lab is we build business athletes. If you're an athlete, we help you with your business. If you're a business leader, we help you weave those athletic principles into your life to help you be the business athlete I know you wish to be. If we instill this attitude of a loop with habit stacking, success seems inevitable. We've been so conditioned as humans to think in days and months that it's like when we end the day, we condition ourselves to reward ourselves, right? Oh, the day is over, I'm gonna go have a beer. But you can't have unlimited ice cream. So then I just ultimately don't even have it to start with.
You're at a dinner and somebody gets some dessert that just looks like off the chain. Holy shit, I've never had that before. I want to bite. And then I remind myself, okay, it's just a few minutes of pleasure.
Yes.
And then hours of not feeling well, whether it be mentally, emotional, or even physically. Like sugar affects people negatively. They just don't know it because they're constantly ingesting sugar all the time.
Refined sugar is a drug and it makes its way into everything.
We can teach you how to eat in a way that's going to give you more energy, you're on better health, you're going to sleep better, and you're going to drop body fat as you build muscle, which is going to give you basically a more abundant life in all areas of your life, mentally, physically, emotionally. If you're starving yourself, just remember, you don't have to. There's a better way.
The close goal or the short-term goal might be sexy, but the sexy thing might not be what's best for the human body or what's best for the business goal in that case.
You can put a scam in place or do some kind of business where you can make as much money as possible, but it's probably not sustainable.
You are what you eat is more true than people ever understand. If you're eating steak all the time, you're going to look like a steak, man. You're going to be jacked. If you're eating Cheetos, you're going to look like a Cheetos. Just a complete protein is 22 branch amino acids all in that food. So let's just pretend I'm a Martian and I got 11 fingers on each hand.
Yes.
Well, a whole egg is bam, it's all fingers up. A whey protein, you're pulling away all but 4 of these things and they're distorted. So the body looks at 4 fingers and goes, this is not really what I want.
If you want to lose belly fat,
yes,
popcorn's definitely on there.
Have a little bit of condiment with your food, not a little food with your condiment. The key is to find something that is very, I call it low friction on the digestion.
This is about teaching people when they make choices what to put in their body.
The idea of constantly mindlessly putting something in your mouth is a behavior path that needs to be broken.
There's a fraud in your house. And look at that fraud you think is in the mirror in your own house and say, fuck, you're not a fraud. Be proud of yourself.
In these pools where these salmon are being raised, they're feeding them feces.
Yep.
They literally throw shit in these pools.
Why is it so hard for us as human beings to recognize the fact that we are what we eat? That if you're eating the fish that ate the shit and you're putting the fish in your body.
Most people don't know that the major food companies are owned by the tobacco companies. Goodness gracious.
We're here to teach and enlighten and empower and educate and help folks achieve their big audacious goals here in the lab.
Choose your shit. One shit is better than the other shit.
The flip side of that equation, when you learn to do this shit, you will never be hungry and you will lose fat faster. Most people are looking at volume. They're not looking at how the actual food will have their body react.
The hardest thing to do, Business Athlete Nation, is to trust the process. But when you do, and enjoy the process, that's when the magic kicks in. If you're drinking water at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night and you're pissing in the middle of the night, you're like, oh man, I didn't do a good job getting it in earlier. We talk business, we talk fitness, we talk entrepreneurship, we talk accountability, all wrapped in helping us achieve our biggest goals and helping you guys avoid the snooze button and helping you get through the loop.
You got to look at protein. What does that do for us? That builds muscle. And muscle is basically our organ for longevity, right? If you're not consuming the meat, the chicken, the steak, the fish, this might be a little controversial. You aren't going to get another sufficient protein source outside of those. But if you are going to switch to vegan, I say it better be a doctor recommendation or religious purposes.
Sadly, shit-eating salmon is better than a majority of the American diets.
Maintaining strong bones is important for everyone, not just women. As men age, they are also at risk for bone density loss, which can lead to fractures and osteoporosis. Taking care of your bone health now will help you stay strong and active for years to come.
If you're a vegan out there, you want chicken so bad, you're eating fake chicken made in a lab, right? What's healthy about that? The number one thing you can cut out is sugar and processed foods. Like, why do you think the tobacco companies bought food companies so they could poison you with more chemicals, get you addicted to all their processed foods? I am a liquid death addict.
Yes.
You like water?
Yes.
I spend $100 a week on water, but I just have it by my desk. I'm drinking out of a can. It feels good.
There's nothing wrong with a good juicy hamburger. Just don't buy it from a chemical plant.
If you're running as hard as you can towards California, but you want to get to Florida, you're never going to get there, right? And so you're grinding, you're struggling, and you're in the process. That process sucks, and it's not going to lead to any result. So then you're like, I guess it's my fault that I'm not happy here. And so, man, I hope my wife isn't listening to this show. But anyway, when you...
How long have you been married now? She's just trust the process, Adam.
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
Well, do you trust the person? Can they take you to where you want to go? Have they done what they're asking you to do? They've either done it themselves, which is the first check in the box, and do I want to get to where they want to go, or are they trying to get to where I want to go? Are they climbing the mountain with me? This is my favorite show that I'm on every week. Love what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Don't be a pessimist. You'll never get anywhere. Believe the best in people, but have the self-awareness to say, hey, they're just not ready.
In 2024, people lie on the internet. Sometimes they manipulate you. They want to get something from you, and they're just not upfront and truthful.
Trust but verify anyone. Absolutely verify everyone.
The best form of leadership is self-leadership. How do they lead their own life? And the outcomes will take care of themselves. The story only stops when you stop writing. So if it's not where you want it to be, keep writing, keep climbing. If I don't trust the person, I don't want your process. You can keep it.
Lead yourself in all areas of your life first. Then at that point, in my opinion, you're going to have something to share with the rest of the world.
This is an efficient way to connect with people, but getting in person obviously changes with the frequency, exchange.
The idea of the personal brand is more important than ever in 2024 because we live in such a digital world.
If someone's consistent, they're showing up, they're keeping their word, they can do that virtually. That can be a great way to see if someone is a great person to let into your circle or a great person to do business with.
Because I'm big on how does someone live their life? How do they live their daily life? Because if they live every day in a certain regard, it translates into a life and a type of person that I'm going to want to be around or not.
It's everything. God gave you a sense for a reason. I grew up in Detroit, man. So you learn quick how to read people. Assume the best in people. Don't be a pessimist. You're not going to get anywhere in life. And it's not a set it and forget it decision, right? Read how it's going. How are they treating you? How are they leading themselves? Are you making progress? I've learned the most from some of the bad experiences I've been in. So be a student of your situation. Be mindful and then learn how to use that.
Trust is the foundation of all relationships.
You can run a process, you can do background checks, you can interview them, give them assessments, but the most important thing, second most important thing to hiring the right person is firing fast enough, because you have an investment in that decision.
What a great way to build trust, just by saying, I don't know. I had to fire my first person a week ago for drinking on the job and no call.
All of our brains are like a garden. We've got weeds and we've got flowers. And wherever we put our attention is what we're going to get more of. If you're stressed out, realize that you're watering the weeds. It's time to water some flowers, feel some gratitude, and change your state and have a better day. We've been bred to think that's weak, but in actuality, having the strength to cry in front of others, having the strength to reach out because you're struggling, you can't stop watering the weeds in your world and you don't know why, get some help.
There's one thing that I really can't encourage enough, especially amongst our male cohorts, is to call your buddies, share your feelings, share your emotions, not be afraid to have tears. If there's anything I can offer you guys right now listening to the show is that lean into your friends today, lean into that circle and just ask the question once, but then ask it again, how they really feeling. They might surprise you with their answer.
I'll catch that tear before it hits the ground, meaning I'm always going to be there for you. It's almost disrespectful when someone that's inside your circle checks on you and you give them a drone response.
The gym is the great equalizer because that 45-pound plate is the same weight to the male, the female, the black person, the white person, the Asian person, the gay person, it's all the same weight, right? So trust is built in the gym. I really believe it's built in the gym because it's just a raw, honest environment.
Yeah, you know, it's also really cool about the gym is you can spot the other people like yourself who are pursuing failure.
You're watching trust being built. We're showing up every single day, eat more food to lose weight. No, to maybe not lose weight, to become lean. It's about composition, body aesthetics. He founded and bootstrapped Aqua Suave, a water treatment venture in the Dominican Republic, securing an exclusivity deal with Connecticut, from zero to a 6-figure exit, and over 1 million plastic bottles saved. Our ambition here is to have conversations that other men aren't having. We're having them here in the lab. We talk emotion, sensibility, trust, crying, bringing things to the table. You got to own your word to yourself before you can earn your word with everybody else.
I got big dog leg day today. We getting to work today. All right, let's get it. Squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts. I'm doing the whole lunges, the whole thing. I might even hit the sled today. That's how I'm feeling.
We are in the middle of building the biggest morning show on the planet for men. 8 o'clock Eastern time, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X.